Hello everyone, welcome to another week of the Australia Real Estate Weekly Highlight. In just under 10 minutes, we're going to show you what Australian market is like in this particular week, especially Sydney market. We are officially going to go to a more strict lockdown by 12 o'clock time. Retails will be shut down, the construction side will be shut down, everything will be shut down. So in this all shutdown time, the only way real estate agent can show their client is by physical one-on-one inspection into the property. And just with that and online auctions, what has been achieved? Let's take a look into this week's news. My name is Peter Lee. I'm brought you this from the Plaza Agency official store in Chatswood in Sydney at 418 Victoria Avenue, Chatswood. If you have time after lockdown, please come and see us. We are looking after high-end properties all the way to the lower North Shore and the CBD market. We have a lot of waterfront properties. You can come in and have a look yourself. All right, let's get things started. First of all, it's about Sydney auctions. So Sydney auction is known by crazy, So let's take a look about this cheap neutral bay property that not so cheap after 6-1 bidders bid. So this is a particular case in lower North Shore. Neutral bay is a very popular area. We have an online auction over here for this particular property at 345 Ernest Street in Neutral Bay. The property is absolutely break down. So as you can see from all the photos, this is not a livable condition. This is actually something that's really need a serious renovation. From the inside to the outside, the backyard, everything need to be redone. But just that, this, and it's not even a house, it's a semi. So just that has been sold for, my God, 1.625 million. This is not even livable. And that is over $500,000 more than the $1 million price guide quoted to begin with. This is just unbelievable. $1 million is the right price for this, but through an online auction by 61 people bid, this one has now been sold for 1.625 million, $500,000 more than what it was originally quoted for, which is about 62.5% higher. This house needs probably another minimum $500,000 to bring it back to the state. So people literally are paying over $2 million for this tiny little bit semi. But this is just what the market is at the moment. All right, let's go to Monavale. So Monavale Beach House sells in 6 days for about $1 million above its price guide. So again, something that sold more than what it was quoted for, and this time the number is $1 million more. This is a beautiful house, as you can see. This is just the view and everything is fantastic. You got your own personal sort of pool/fountain type of thing. Property located in 89 Narrabeen Park Parade in Monavale. The property was sold in just 6 days. Just 6 days since on the market. Considering we're in the middle of lockdown, a result of 6 days is actually pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Finally, the final prices were sold way at least $1 million above its guide of 6.85 million. So we'll be thinking this one will be sold close to $8 million range. Whether it's worth it or not, it depends on the buyer, but at least from the market, it is what it is. Alright, online auctions and early sales bring big prices for Northern Beaches property. We just talk about Monavale and it's across the board. This particular one at number 12 Cutler Road in Clontarf is another example. Sold under Hammer for $6.701 million by Rewrite. And the buyer only saw it for the first time at 3 p.m. the day before the auction. That means there is no SHRA report being done, there's no house inspection being done, there's no professional reports, people just buy them as it is. This is a screenshot from the online auction. As you can see, people are crazy about properties. Somehow the lockdown and COVID really put a sparkle in the housing market. People are having the urgency. We still get a lot of inquiries online for people who want to come out and have a look at the property even during the lockdown and the COVID. And they all say it's a good time to come out because once the lockdown is finished, people are going to start to go to auctions again, prices will shoot up the sky all over the place. Where now, at least, they think there's not that much competition at all. Alright, next one. Number of Upper North Shore suburbs with median house prices of 3 million or more triples in a year. Upper North Shore, the clearance rate for Upper North Shore is more than when it was actually no lockdown. So that shows the popularity of the area. Everything is over 3 million at the moment. Where before, I remember back in 2018, you can still get some really good houses in Upper North Shore for around $2 million mark. Where now you can't walk away from $3 million, $4 million, and even $3-4 million will get you something just, average. So this is absolutely crazy results for Sydney market, and we're gonna see how the heat is gonna carry out through this cold winter lockdown. All right, Queen's Park. This particular area has been mentioned for multiple times. It is one of the hidden gems in the suburbs surrounding it, but looks like it's not hidden anymore. Queen's Park, home of Rose Briffa and late husband Alpha, smashed street records by 1.5 million. It has been sold for 1.5 million. It was smashed the record by 1.5 million, and the end price is $5.4 million. This is more than $5.4 million for something like this. And you can see the house is very average, it's outdated, it doesn't have a pool, it needs quite a bit of work, it's very, very old-fashioned, but people crave for land, what can we say? It's only on 436 square meters of land, so it's not even that big of a land anyway, at 72 Old Street in Queen's Park. But a single level, old house, but looks like people are just paying for it. One way or the other, after just 7 days, it's released on the market. Alright, next one, let's take a look at apartment market. So we've always been talking about houses. People say, people are craving for land, but not just that. We actually have, a fantastic apartment results as well. This particular one in Darling Point has sold over $10 million, $1.5 million over the reserve at online auction. So looks like online auction is also the way to go now. People are trying to get something from the online auction, and people are happy to pay for more than the reserve prices. We're not talking about just 1 million, we're talking about $1.5 million over the reserve for an apartment now in this market, where you can see it was $1 million above reserve for the houses. Apartment proven is more popular if it's in the right location with the right view, or it's simply just to the right buyer. This is actually in Darling Point. It's got a fantastic view. The property itself, I wouldn't say it's a brand new property. It does have this beautiful view towards the city. You have the Icon Street Gambarrow view, open deck, beautiful bathroom, beautiful master bedroom, renovated kitchen, pool, and private pool as well. Even though it's not too big, it's not a big pool, but still it's a good feature to have. So this is absolutely amazing, about a result that we can achieve in the middle lockdown for the apartment that is $1.5 million over the reserve, sold for $10 million. All right, Strathfield Estate with water polo pool and tennis court surpassed former suburb record. Inner West. So last week we talked about Inner West, and Inner West has always been, the third thought. So the first stop is Eastern Suburb. If you have a budget, about 5-6 million, people look at it first, and they get priced out, so they move to the north. And then they look at Northern North Shore, it didn't happen in Mosman. They moved to Upper North Shore, it didn't happen in Killara or Northbridge, and then they move into Strathfield, Inner West to have a look. So how much Strathfield's record is? Now Strathfield, 44 Woodside Avenue, Strathfield is now holding a record for $9 million above. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It is a beautiful house. It does have its Inner West charm where it's all red brick, that style. I'm not a fan to it, but the interior has been done in a really good manner, especially the indoor pool. The indoor pool really gets me. And you can see the kitchen. It's just a large kitchen with a very interesting design for the benchtop. Different layers of stone. But quality is what you can see in here, and it's got a really nice walkway right going down to the main entrance. And some buyer even say, even this beautiful house, our aim is to actually knock it down and rebuild. So this trophy home of 970 square meters of land has sold for $9 million above and break the Invest record again. We can't wait to see what Invest can bring us in tomorrow's market. All right, last one. Campbell's Coffee founder Will and Louis Young set WSU suburb record. So we're in the middle of lockdown. We're in the middle of the winter. In general, the market shouldn't be that good, but it looks like the market hasn't slowed down at all. How many record smashing, over reserve we have seen, and this is no difference. Campbell's Coffee is a very good coffee brand. Me, my friends, colleagues, any white collar basically are going to work. Our campus is actually something that need on a daily basis. And then the guy not only just make good coffees, he also sells good houses. This WSU house has been sold a smash record, suburb record by $450,000. End result is $3.7 million after just 10 days on the market and the months after the couple sold their coffee business. So this is, a catch-up season for Will Young for sure. All right, so that wraps up for all the news of this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. This is Peter Lee. Can't wait. Bye.